Hey guys, hope it's going well. I am one day late on recording this. We traveled down to the beautiful Dominican Republic. We're in Punta Cana right now. We had a little bit of an issue with some luggage, but I won't get into that. But it's our first day here. It's looking freaking awesome. But I still wanted to give you guys the market update. Only reason really is because I'm running it. I thought you might be curious as well. But let me just get into it right now. Very quickly, briefly today. So our inventory level right now is 31,521 units. That was as of yesterday. Today we're at 31,772 units. So we've had, about a 250 unit increase already between yesterday and today. When I look at the inventory from last week to this week, we've had an increase of about 2.3%, which is about 720 units. A little bit of a silver lining here is that the week prior to that, I was saying that we were up 2.8%, which would have been 836 units. So we've seen it kind of come down week over week in terms of how much new inventory that we have available. It's still a high inventory position. Sorry, I was flicking a bug there. Still a high inventory position because last year compared to right now, we actually have 45% more inventory. So last year on today's date, we have 45% more inventory today, which is 9,768 units. When I look at January 1st to today, this is the real kicker. So from January 1st to today's date this year, we're up 111% in terms of inventory, which is 16,581 units. I really don't think that the inventory is ever done this before, from the beginning of the year to kind of not even halfway through the year, that we've seen 111% increase in the market. And guys, whenever we see changes like this in the market, you know that it kind of shocks the market. It's hard to know how to kind of trade in the market, especially when it keeps continuing to kind of change. What we're really looking here with the inventory, with the sales, everything is some kind of a stability. Talking about sales, let me get into sales here very quickly. So year-to-date sales, we are still down 23.7% across the board. And that was last week, so 23.7%. So this week we're down 22%. So what I want to say about our year-to-date sales is that the gap is slowly starting to narrow in. It's not getting further out, so that's a good thing. Another thing I want to remind you guys is that last year we actually had a very fast start, and it started from the year 2023. So middle of 2023, everything started to move all of a sudden, and nothing had moved before that. And we had that momentum into 2024, into January, February, and mid-March. So those numbers were really high, even when we compared them to year to date. When we looked at 23 versus 24, that first quarter was a really big one. So when we were comparing it to this year and we were already down, it seemed like really devastating, but we are still down compared to last year. I think in the back half of this year, we're going to start to see that narrow in. I'm not sure if we're still going to even get to last year's numbers. I'm not thinking that's going to be the case right now, because we still have a 22% gap in where we were. So I don't think we're going to quite get there at this point right now, but it is narrowing in. Maybe we might have a 10%, 10% kind of gap. Let's see where it goes and how the market kind of progresses from here. In terms of price, I would say like week over week and 52-week average, we've seen it kind of flat. Overall, when we look at the market from the beginning of the year to or last year versus this year, we've seen about a 4%, 5% decline in terms of price. But lately in the market, we have seen a little bit more momentum. I think that as people are starting to realize that there are good deals out there, I think that they are starting to kind of jump onto them. How do we manage this type of a market right now? Definitely, we've had some scenarios where people have bought first and then sold afterwards. And for a certain period of time, it seemed like that could be the right thing to do, especially if the person was looking for a very unique type of property. But even right now, I wouldn't kind of recommend that. I would actually just say, hey, it might actually be better for you to sell your property first. And even if you are looking for that unicorn out there, short-term rental, live with family, figure it out. But I don't think this is a good time right now to kind of sell or buy first and try to sell later. And if that is your only play, then just take an incredibly conservative amount of what you could possibly get for your property. Guys, I don't want to drag this out here. We're here for a week. We're going to try to enjoy this. If you guys have any questions, this is kind of my addiction. I'm into this whole thing, into the real estate thing. So feel free to shoot me a message, give me a call. I'm still up and active and doing things. Still gonna try to enjoy the beach and the pool and grab some breakfast now. So hope you guys have an amazing rest of the week, and I'll touch base with you guys next week. Take care.